episode of Quilt with the Stars is brought to you by Baby Lock for the love of sewing and Koala Cabinets, sewing furniture custom built in America. And welcome to Quilt with the Stars. Nancy Halvorsen from Art to Heart, welcome to Quilt with the Stars.
Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to talk to you about your experience as a quilter, and I get to learn a little bit from you when we visit. And the trunk show is kind of like the party. This is like the party where you get to show off, and I'll even let you brag about some of your projects, and I'll certainly brag about you as well and the things that you make. We have so many wonderful things to look at here today in the trunk show. And to begin with, I thought we'd start with the quilt that, please tell everyone what the title of this quilt is, because it's brilliant.
Bee Attitudes.
The Bee Attitudes. Tell me about the quilt that's right behind us.
When I design quilts, I like to design things that are things that I want to have in my home, that I want my kids to see, my grandkids to see, something with a positive message. And so this is a fun way to hang something up that reminds your children what kind of an attitude they should have.
Right, how to be.
How to be.
Be loving, be patient, be respectful.
Grateful, be joyful.
Eat cupcakes. Yeah. Give hugs. It's true. The words certainly say something, but the images that you've chosen to applique certainly say a lot too. It's just lovely, and I think it says a lot about it encompasses all the things that you've talked to me about what you care for. Family and home environment is really important to you and inspires you a lot. So I think that's pretty cool. So there's a new line out, and by the way, your website, I want to make sure people visit it.
My website is arttoheart.com.
So. And I was on that website, and there's lots of information about where to order and how to order and all those things. So tell me about, let's just kind of go around like this. Start here and tell me about the fabric that you used in this project and what this is.
This was a fabric line called Jingle All the Way. That's all the jingle bells. Just fun. I like whimsical things. I like, little dimensional embellishments. Something fun and maybe unexpected that you wouldn't expect to have a quilt that says fa la la, but I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, and I do a Christmas line of fabric every year, so I do a Christmas book every year just because I love the holiday.
And you love to work really hard, because that's a lot of work. And I happen to know that you designed the hanger for that project as well.
Yeah, I do design hangers.
And it's for just another button company, correct?
The hangers are Ackfeld.
Ackfeld, okay. But the button, you do buttons for...
Yes, I do some specialty buttons for just another button company.
And yes, there's an example too. And then this is the tea towel.
Right, I also design tea towels because I couldn't find towels in colors and designs that I like, so I started designing towels selfishly so that I could have something I wanted.
It's a good way to solve that problem. If you don't see what you like out there, make it yourself. I think a lot of quilters begin doing things that way. A lot of entrepreneurs. Okay, and then let's take a look over here at what's to my left. This is maybe my favorite. This is maybe my favorite of the holiday pieces we're showing. It's so cute.
That's also from Jingle All the Way. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Like I said, I like to keep it fun and light, and I love everything about Christmas. Every aspect I love.
Yeah, great. Well, it shows in all the work that you do here on these holiday projects we're showing, and you've got telltale Nancy Halvorsen elements, buttons, and some three-dimensional elements, and this frame is really lovely too, and it's really
another
cute.
Ackfeld frame.
That's right. And the latest line, the holiday Christmas line that you have with Benertex is called Ho Ho Ho.
Let It Snow.
Let It Snow, and that is out now.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, great. Let's see, I want to save this little thing for last because it's so cute. So take me over to your right.
This is a book called Count on It, and there's actually a little quilt for each month of the year, upside down.
Upside down. You could do it that way, hey.
So you can hang it up, you can use it as a calendar, you can change out the dates, or I have here a Christmas one where you can actually use it as a countdown to Christmas, how many days till till Christmas.
Right.
Just a really fun.
And all the grandchildren probably like to change the number
Yes.
out, right?
And so, you can do a countdown to Halloween, whatever holiday is coming up, or use it like a calendar. It's
Absolutely. Okay, there's this table runner, which is pretty lovely.
This is actually a Christmas card holder.
Oh, it is. Oh my goodness. Well, it's a good thing you're here. I would have
This is a Christmas card holder that you could hang on your door, and then you just tuck your Christmas cards in as they come, and a fun way to display them.
Yeah, who needs a mantle? I don't have a mantle. A lot of people don't have a mantle, so this would be good. Yeah. I have an apartment. So this would be better. This is really nice, and the lettering's great. Do you use a font on your computer to help you with lettering, or do you design those shapes yourself?
I draw most of the fonts
Freehand. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty neat. Okay, and then there's one quilt over there, and then we'll look at this last little holiday project. Tell me about the quilt here on the design wall.
The different blocks spell out Christmas, but it also celebrates my other favorite part of Christmas besides Santa Claus, and that is the birth of Christ. And so this was a line that I did called Tidings that focuses on the spiritual part of Christmas.
Sure, sure.
Which is also very important to me.
Absolutely. So you've got Christmas spelled out and the story there. Wonderful. And those red holly berries buttons, that's great. Did you design those buttons as well? Are those yours?
I didn't design them. I got those from Hill Creek.
Okay.
They did dye them according to my specifications, but they do hand-dyed buttons.
Oh, I didn't know there were hand-dyed buttons.
Yes.
Goes to show.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they are wonderful. Okay, well, the last little, I guess they're not all holiday. I guess that makes this a good transition. These are in the book that we talked about before, Necessary Objects. Is that right?
So necessary.
So necessary. And these are little scissor holders. Here's your holiday one, just Santa. But there's also a bee and a bat. And I would like to point out that the bat's fangs are candy corn. And I think that's about the neatest, cutest thing I've ever seen. I can't stand it. They're little candy corn buttons. I've never seen anything like that. They're just I don't know. I'm dying over here. Very, very sweet. And you said the book is, once again,
So necessary.
So necessary. Oh, and we have it right here. Look at that.
Everything for your sewing room that's necessary.
Aha, aha.
You got to have these.
You got to have them. It's true. What else is in there? So you've got...
There's pin cushions. There's places, storage solutions, sewing basket. There's little wallets to put, scissors and things into.
Sure. Bobbins.
For traveling. Sometimes this hangs on the wall and holds thread and scissors and pens, and sometimes you don't have all the storage in your sewing area that you want, and that's some solutions to maximizing your space.
Absolutely. I like you, Nancy. You see a problem and you make a solution. There's no details that I like. There's these different things that I want, and I'm gonna have to make them if I want them. If you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. So I want to know about, there's something that I love a lot that you brought, this pillow that's behind us. Before we talk about the rest of the books, let's take a look at this little pillow. These monsters, where'd these monsters come from?
I did a book inspired by my grandchildren again, called Curiosities and Mischief. And I have a grandson that's 3, and he's all about everything boy, including monsters. And balls and so
trucks and things.
Yes. Everything, aliens and
oh sure. If it's gross, gross and gooey, And so that is in a book here too. Okay, good. So we're back to the books. That pattern's in this book,
right? Patterns in the book. There's girl patterns, boy patterns, girl fabric, boy fabric.
Sure.
Lots of different projects for fun things.
I bet the girls like the monsters too, though.
Once again, here's a play rules quilt. Rules for your children, and clean up.
Yes, that's the last one.
That's the last one,
and perhaps the most important one. But
there's also be silly and have fun.
Of course, you can be silly while you clean up.
Yeah.
Why not mix them up? So speaking of these books, before we look at the last quilt that we have in the trunk show, you have self-published these books.
Yes.
These are Art to Heart, and they're 47?
47.
47. Because you're busy.
Soon to be 48.
And by the time some people watch this, it'll be like 58, I think, at the rate you're going, right? And you publish them, you live in Utah, and you publish them there.
Yes.
Great. And there are also, in addition to the 47 books at press time, there are also so many patterns that stand on their own, over 60 at this time. And again, maybe over 100 by the time you're watching this, so definitely go to arttoheart.com and check it out. But to end our trunk show today, thank you for bringing so many wonderful things. Oh, I don't want to forget this guy. We have one more quilt to show, but this pillow, is it in one of the books we have here?
Garden Song, it's not out here.
Garden Song, okay, but available still at your website. Just darling. Spring is around the corner. I'm sure, so at some point, someone will be watching this in the dead of winter, and they'll be so happy to see this.
Be ready for spring.
Yeah. And speaking of spring, that is our final quilt here on the wall. Just an explosion of color and fun. Tell me a little bit about this guy.
This quilt is called Petal Pop, and it's in the Curiosities and Mischief book, and again, inspired by my granddaughters, and I just wanted something bright and happy and fun and vibrant like they are.
Well, you got it. I mean, that is vibrant, happy, and fun like they are. And there's almost that many of them in terms of like blocks. You got a lot of grandkids, and that's really exciting and wonderful, and I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy you have all that inspiration, just constantly changing and providing that family feeling for you that you can take and then put into your work. Very cool.
I enjoy it.
Thanks, Nancy, for coming on Quilt with the Stars, and thank you for watching. And always join us on Quilt with the Stars if you want to meet these quilters, get to know them a little bit more, get to know their work. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. This episode of Quilt with the Stars is brought to you by Baby Lock, for the love of sewing, and Koala Cabinets, sewing furniture custom built in America.